What is going on, guys? Dylan here with Solo Cuts Landscaping. Thank you for tuning in to another video here on the Solo Cuts Landscaping YouTube channel. Guys, I appreciate every single one of you that stopping by and shares time with me here on the channel. Today's video, hopefully by the end of it you get an idea on how to go about building some walls for your dump trailer. That's what we're going to be doing today, guys, so stick around, stay tuned, and enjoy this video. Let's get right into it. Man, so what has been going on with you guys? As you can see, the sun is out, the sun is shining, and we are enjoying this weather here, creating content for you guys. So, like I said, today we are going to be doing the walls on the trailer. Now, at the time of making this video, this is before I record the 2020 lawn care setup. I just wanted to show you guys exactly how we're going about building the walls. So this video will come up after the lawn care setup. You know, I don't want to give up the goods on how the trailer looks before the setup video, so they're doing construction over there. Sorry for the glasses, as you can tell it's super bright. So yeah, so we're gonna get started on this. We're making headway on this thing. I'll tell you this right now. So as you can see, if you've been following along on my journey here with getting this dump trailer ready, you know it was a rust bucket. The inside was bad, the tires were too small, wiring was completely shot, we had a leak up in by the pump, lights, half of them didn't work, so this is going bonkers. So if you want to see more in depth on this trailer, on what exactly we have done to it, I will tag the video up there so that way you can see the 2020 lawn care setup, and that'll go more in depth on what we actually have going on for this dump trailer. And also I should have a series, a playlist series that I can tag at the end of this video if you want to see like what we started with and where we are compared to what we're at now. I will tag it all in that playlist, so there'll be basically like a dump trailer renovation playlist for you guys to check out. So let's stop talking, let's get to building these walls, let's talk about what we have going on here and exactly how we're going about building these. I'll try and link as much as possible down below, but the list of materials that we at least have for the walls will be wrote down in the description below, so guys, be sure to reference to that as you're watching this video. So as you can see here, this is going to be the height of the walls that we're going to be doing. These are 2x12s. We got 2 for each side, so we have 4 sections of 10-foot 2x12s. Then for the back, we ended up getting 8-footers, so our dump trailer is 6x10. We got 2 8-foot sections for the back wall here. We got 3 12-foot sections of 2x4. That is going to be for your insert slots there to support the walls. So you have 1 on each corner there, 2 at the fronts. So as you can see, we have this wall built already. I did this yesterday just to see exactly how we're going to go about it, so that way I can hopefully make this video a little smooth. As you can see over there, we have our workbench and storage and our hand tool storage over there. Again, that video I'll tag up here. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check that out as well if you're interested in how to build workbench storage for your shop, your garage, your shed. Check that out, and I explain about how we went about building that. So just to give a little rundown on exactly how you want to go about constructing this. Your length of 2x4 is going to be determined on how tall you want your sidewalls. I felt like 3 would have been too overkill. I feel like either the stability of the wall, it may have some more movement to it than I really want. So we only went with 2 2x12s on the walls. Just a quick little tip here, on your supports, if there's not a piece of like metal bar that is welded there, either A, you can weld a bar there so it stops the wood from going. As you can see right there, there are 2 screws. So what I did is I just went ahead and drilled 2 screws into there, slid the section of 2x4 in, so that way the board would have something to rest on so it wouldn't fall out the bottom. So just to keep that board so just to have something for the board to rest on, I actually left mine on there because it keeps the wood from sitting up on the trailer itself, so it gives it a little bit of lift. Just that way it doesn't rub on the trailer or anything. We'll see how that goes. Okay, now real quick, I know I'm doing a lot of talking right now, but this is just stuff I want to explain to you on what I've done, and just to give you an idea of, you know, like what I've ran into. So I know I'm doing a lot of talking right now. We'll get to work here in a second, but just hear me out on all this. I'm telling you, you may run into these issues, so hopefully this video will help explain all those issues that you may run into, so you just at least know what to look out for. So guys, now we're gonna go about putting up the wall over here. Once we get that nice and level, we will then just finish up with this wall here and button it all together. Alrighty guys, so right now we are measuring out our 2x4. The wall supports, the ones that slide in, they are 44.5 inches in height. So they're 44.5, so we'll get our little edge here. Alright, now that we measured them out to 44.5, we're going to go ahead and cut them. As always, make sure you have your eye protection on. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to be measuring the length of this so I can mark it on my 2x4 so I know where to plant those support screws that I was talking about. 22.25. These are the screws that we are using. They're exterior screws, 3" by 9. They are tan and they are the T25 star drive. So we'll see if that'll focus in right there. Yep. So that's what it looks like. It helps out with stripping. So that way your threads don't strip out. So these are the screws that we're using. So like I said, go ahead and drill in your 2 screws. So just to show you how that works. So yeah, those screws sit like that. Now it gives your board somewhere to go so it doesn't fall out. Voila. We'll go ahead and put them in each corner and we'll go down to that one, put another one there. So basically what I did here, we will do to the rest of them. So we'll check back in with you once we get those done. Alright guys, so as you can see, we have all of our corners now posted up. And I did want to let you know, for these screws here, if you're a one-man show and you're doing this all by yourself like I am, the thing to do is leave these out wide enough to where you can then rest your 2x12 on, so it can sit here as you're trying to adjust it to get it at the spot you want it. So this will also not only hold this up, but it will also hold your 2x12 up when you're going to set. Right now, we are going to be setting this bottom board here. We'll get it up and then we will explain what we have going on from there. Not only does having those screws there keep your board up, as you can see, it is holding this up perfectly fine, but it also gives you just enough gap there, which could be a little smaller, but I'm okay with that gap. But it also gives you a little gap there because you need the gap between your wood, so that way when it expands and contracts, it has room to do so. And I haven't said that this is all treated lumber. Make sure you get treated lumber. You will definitely appreciate it. So now that we have our board up there, we are then just going to make sure it is level. So we're sitting pretty good in the bubble. Another tip real quick, lower your jack stand, put your level on the wall of the dump trailer before you put the boards up. Lower the jack stand so that way your trailer is sitting level. So we're level there, so what we're going to do is we're going to anchor 1 screw in here to hold this in place. Then we will come down here, we'll adjust this one however it needs to, so that way this board is completely level all the way across, and then we'll sink 1 screw into there. Now I know what you're thinking. You're only going to put 1 screw in for the final product? No, we are not. We have carriage bolts that we're going to be sinking into each one of these. So we're going to have 2 carriage bolts in each board on the support. So this is just to hold everything in place so that way it can be built, and then at the end we'll sink those carriage bolts in. So after checking out the level, this one actually needs to be raised up a little bit. So we're going to slide a piece of scrap underneath and see how that does. Well, that centered it up right there. So we'll go ahead and sink the screw in now. So now that our first board on this side is completely flat and secured in, as you can see, we are flush here on the side. we are then going to go ahead and get our second board. So when it comes to your second board, you can just rest it right on top of here. Now what I did is I took a thin piece of scrap, about 1/4 inch or so. You're gonna sit this, after you get the board on, you're gonna pick the corner up, you're gonna sit the piece of scrap right there. What's that gonna do? That is gonna give you your spacing for the wood to expand and contract. So we'll put it here, screw one in, go down to the other side, take it down there, and screw down on that end. Remember, keep your ends flush. Lift this end up. Put our spacer in there. And now we're going to set this screw here. Now, the reason why we're only doing one screw, I don't know if I explained this earlier. The reason we're only doing one screw is because, as you can see, with one screw, you can now pivot and adjust the board. If you had two in there, you wouldn't be able to move it. It'd be secure. So, just having one screw in there holds it in place, and it gives you that option to be able to pivot it. This end can be lifted up just a little bit. All right, so there we are pretty level. Okay, so now we're at that point to where I was saying we'll need to then screw in a 2x4 here to make it flush with this. So that way our outside board can then screw in to here. If not, you would have that gap there. So we're gonna go ahead, and this is 23 inches. From this point to the top of the wall, so we're going to measure 23 inches, cut down our 2x4 and get that measured out. We'll screw that in on each side, and then that'll give us flush on both sides so we can put our support boards on the back. So we'll go ahead, get this knocked out, guys, and we'll check in with you afterwards. So guys, now we're going to cut these down. We'll measure it out. So obviously you want to measure from this point to the outer point, and then we will cut that down. These are 8 foot long. Measure this up and get it cut. We have our 2 sections cut that we're going to be placing right there. Same thing as we've done on every other board. Rest them right up on our screws there. Make sure it's level. Screw them in. Top one, put our spacer, screw it in. And then at that point we'll go about anchoring in these boards. Oh, looks like this one's got a slight little bow in it. Flip her around, see if that helps. Grab our second board, put her on up. Now, if we did this right, and it all works out together, we should be pretty flush. This side, so it could use a little more. We're level. Good deal. So there you see it. The walls are up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to anchor our carriage bolts in, and we're going to put one there, 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 there. It's going to be that way all the way around. So we'll use our 4-inch carriage bolt. Then there's a nut and a washer for the other side to suck it in tight. So what we need to do is we need to pre-drill 1/2-inch hole to drive this in, and then we will suck it in tight on the other end. Pre-drill your hole. Use a mallet. And that wood is soft, soft, soft. Your washer, your nut, 3/4 inch drive. So as you see, you want it to be flush long in, so that means you are set all the way in. We're gonna put another one there, and we'll work our way around, and we'll catch up with you guys when we are done setting all these carriage bolts. So as you can see right here, we have our carriage bolt. They went in pretty good. So now the next thing that we are going to be doing in our final step is going to be putting a cross section there, there, one in the middle, and then one there and there. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop up here, take the measurement, see how long we need it to be, and then we'll get outside, mark everything down, get to cutting, and then all we have to do is screw them back in. So let's get the measuring, and I'll meet you outside. All right, so remember our walls are 23 inches tall. We're just going to cut these down to about, dang dog. So our walls are 23 inches tall, so we're going to go just shy of that, so that way we ensure that there's not going to be excess overhanging. Just want to kind of make the top look clean as possible, so we're going to go about 22.5, and we should be right on the money. There's our 5. We'll measure the inside of here, 65, so 32 and a half. Shoe dog! I believe it's 113 on the sides. Last one. Shoot! Alrighty guys, so there you have it. That is the walls to the dump trailer. Let's see how they turned out. So guys, I think they turned out pretty good. It looks a heck of a lot better than what the boards that were on it are. And also guys, if you want to see some more of the dump trailer renovation, I will leave that playlist right up here for you guys to check out so you can see where this thing started at to what it is now. Like I said, this video is recorded before I do my 2020 lawn care setup video. I just didn't want to ruin the surprise of the dump trailer by releasing this before that video. So next time you see, which, all right, now I'm getting confused. In the 2020 trailer setup video, it'll be, hopefully be stickered. If not, if we're cutting close on time, we'll just go ahead and release it. But I didn't want to ruin the surprise. So guys, if you did find value in this video, if you did enjoy, if this was helpful, do me a favor, give this video a big thumbs up. Drop comments down below and let me know, was this helpful to you guys? Do you have any questions? Do you guys have dump trailers? Have you built walls before? Was this something similar to what you did? Let me know down in the comments below. And guys, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, remember, do what you love what you do, but never stop. Guys, we will see you in the next one.